Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
What's up, guys? We are back with another episode of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. I'm Dayna Pereira.
And this is Brimstone.
Brimstone.
Holy Brimstoroni.
Yeah. You have done several times something that is on my bucket list, and I'm so damn jealous. How was Salem?
Oh, Salem's always amazing. I love Salem to death. It's like home away from home for me, and I know so many people there now, from the street performers to the museum people to downright the people that run Salem. I just literally walked back in the door and then got on with you. From there, and I'm supposed to be signing there in another couple of weeks too. In November, I just found out that I'm supposed to do a con. I think it's called Paracon. I'll be doing it again. So anybody who's in the Salem or area or surrounding New England area, please keep an eye out for that. What do you call it? It's gonna be awesome. I mean, I love being out there in Salem. The people are just really, really cool. The people that are there, you know what I mean? The people that live there, you know what I'm saying? What do you call it? All the people that are coming into town, maybe not so much.
You could do without them.
People are rude. It's like going into New York City or in LA, and people are rude. What do you call it? It's what do you call it? It's like everybody from everywhere coming in all at one time, especially in October, Halloween month. It gets crazy. But it is well worth the trip. You know what I mean? Well worth the trip. You're gonna have a blast. When you are ready to go down, like I said, you and Joe are gonna come down. I will set you up with my people there, and they'll make sure you guys are, well taken care of and hosted in different places. And let me tell you, you'll have a blast, because the biggest problem is, parking, which they can help you with, and then getting into things without waiting 5 million years, during October month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I want to go so bad. I actually have a girlfriend that her birthday is, I think, 3 days before mine. And she wants to go too. And she's like, maybe we'll go for our birthdays. So it won't be like super crowded fall time, because our birthdays are in April. So maybe we'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Well, when you do, you'll let me know and I'll set you up with the right people, because I've been telling Kim and Tom to go for years. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, guys, you need to go. And so eventually they'll go. They haven't yet. You'll see what I'm talking about, because there's so many cool things to do. There's so much history, you know what I mean? And it's just, for me, I enjoy the hell out of it. I enjoy all the dark stuff, you know what I mean? All the witchy things, all the vampire stuff. I actually got a vampire vest for my friends at Vamp Fangs this weekend. What do you call it, for one of the upcoming shoots? So I'm gonna do for one of the photo shoots I'm doing for Halloween. So it's gonna be fun.
I love the video that you posted. Guys, if you are not following Brimstone yet on Instagram, go follow him and look at this video that he posted with the witch. It was so funny, and you'll get to see Brimstone's moves too.
I looked so stupid.
I love it.
What do you call it? Listen, I can actually dance and everything. I do have rhythm. But you got to understand, we're in the middle of the street. I just walked 2 days. What do you call it? 2 days on my bad knee. So my knee was already hurting. And then we're going to do this thing, because we planned it out ahead of time. We're going to do this. But we didn't know what exactly we were going to do. He's like, oh, we'll do the pumpkin thing, whatever her name is. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'll just do like a little jig in the background or something. Let me know. And he goes, no, I got an idea. So we did it. He stopped his line. I didn't expect. And she stopped her line. I didn't expect her to stop her line. For it. And so everybody's sitting and watching, and then we wound up having a huge crowd. So a huge crowd wound up. So I'm just like, All right, I look like an idiot in the middle of Salem
So
with
good.
literally thousands of people watching right now, but it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing on this, but let's do it. Pamela Pumpkin. I'm in. I'm in. Let's do
Why the fuck not? Yeah, no, it was so good. I love that video. I watched it like probably 10 times. It's so
it.
funny. It's so
It was
good.
at least funny?
Yes, it's good. It's so
Okay.
good.
Okay. As long as it's funny, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, it
But
was a good one.
anyways. So what do you call it? What have you been up to? Anything good?
I am getting ready to go on a trip to New Orleans, which I'm
Ah,
very excited about. I've never been before. I was watching TV yesterday and this thing came on. It was street food and it was in New Orleans. And I was like, ooh, so now I'm really excited about the food because everything on that episode of Street Food just looked delicious. So I plan on eating my way through the city, hopefully.
it is incredible. First of all, the food in Nolans is fantastic. Remember, you got to say Nolans.
Yeah, it's
Nolans. All
probably not
right.
gonna happen.
Nolans, not New Orleans, not New Orleans, Nolans. All right.
I'm gonna
Nobody
be
call it.
real touristy about it. So
No, you don't want to be in New Orleans. What do you call it? First of all, they people watch for that. Some of the locals that are
hmm
not good locals. So you want to make sure you keep your eye out, and you want to also go to where the locals go, because what do you call it? Yeah, of course you got to go to what do you call it? All the spots that everybody wants to go and see. But
hmm
what do you call it? But when you want to go to eat, like you really want to go to what do you call it? You want to go to the French Quarter, or you want to go to what do you call it? There's I mean, I can't even tell you because I don't know what places are still open now. A couple years, I haven't been there since COVID. There was this
Yeah.
place that's not there anymore. That was this barbecue joint was unbelievable. They had bacon brownies and stuff like that, and
Ooh.
crazy food. It
Mm.
called, what was it, Oink or Snort or something? I forgot what it was. It was fantastic. But you gotta go to the places, like I said, away from the main, the main spot. My brain's
Yeah.
not working, so I can't say those spots right now. But yeah, yeah.
I'm going with like 10 or 11 other women. So, I'm not sure what we'll get into. It's for a bachelorette party. However, I am staying a couple extra days just myself. So, I really hope that nobody does the murder on me.
Well, that's what you got to be very, very careful. I mean,
Yeah.
again, like I said, okay, so Bourbon Street, Bourbon Street is obviously the most popular place to go.
Yeah.
And you have to go. You do have to
Of
go there,
course.
but you don't want to get shit faced drunk. You don't want to look like a tourist, and you don't want to have too much on you. What do you call it? That it, because they do bad things there.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but the area, especially at night, they seek people out, and they seek tourists out. Like I said, the French Quarter is good, but like outside of just the Bourbon Street area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want food in the French Quarter is good. You just have
Maybe
to
I'll
find
just
the right
Uber
spots.
Eats shit. I'll just sit in my room and Uber Eats everything.
You've got to experience it. You've got to experience it. I mean, like I said, like the French Quarter there, it's Bourbon Street, but then the surrounding Bourbon Street. You know what I mean?
hmm
All that whole area. There are a lot of really good eateries that you can check out. Most of the places right on Bourbon, they're all bars. There's a couple of restaurants, but they're mostly bars.
Yeah.
One thing that you're gonna have to do is, like, I think it's called the grenade. It's like this really tall thing with a grenade thing on the bottom, and you're supposed to like pound it. It's good.
Oh God.
Um,
Oh.
it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. I wish the places that I knew were still there. A couple places, like I said, closed down. You also have to go check out a good jazz club. Some jazz clubs out there, blues.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm really into the cemeteries, so I'm looking forward to
Oh
touring
yeah.
the cemeteries. Yeah, whenever Joe and I were in Savannah, not maybe like 5 years ago, and I was like, "All right, put your walking shoes on. We're going to the cemetery." And he's like, "What the fuck did I marry?"
That's crazy. Listen, I mean, the cemeteries are really, really cool. it's especially seeing the ones that are really, really old. You can also
Yes.
go to see some of like the homes of voodoo and some crazy, crazy stuff out there, some real
Yeah.
historical stuff. I don't know, man. I feel like you're gonna have a really, really good time, and I'm really jealous because I want to go with you.
I'm very
Because
excited.
it's
I'm
been a
excited.
while since I've been there. I love, 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 love Nolans. I mean, like one of my favorite places to sign. And like just the buildings, the structures are just so amazing. You know what I mean? It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to figure out, and I gotta remember the name of one of the places that I do know that that's open, and they have live music there. It's off the beaten path, and all the locals go there because the food is really good. And in fact,
Mm.
this specific place, I just can't believe my brain's not working, so I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's the place that during the hurricane that came through and caused big problems.
Yeah.
They had power, and they were just bringing people in and feeding them and taking care of them and helping them throughout what was going on. So
Yeah. That's
it's
nice
not
to
only
see.
that they're good-hearted people too.
Yeah.
But I'll get you that information because you'll definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
so what do we have? We have anything good today?
We
I mean,
do. We got 4 secrets to share with everybody this week. You wanna kick us off with one?
sure I can. I can do that if you'd like. Okay, here we go. My mom came out to me as a lesbian, but swore me to secrecy. Her and my dad are still married, and they get along great, but they haven't been intimate in a really long time. He doesn't seem to mind, according to her, and she doesn't plan on getting divorced, so they're basically best friends and roommates that file taxes together. Wow. All right, what do you call it? I don't know what to say about that. So if you're a lesbian, but you're staying with a straight guy, and they're not doing anything, I feel that that's unfair to him.
If
And
he
he has
cares,
needs.
though. If
Oh,
he
come on,
cares, then it's unfair.
men have needs. I know of a person who decided, in her 30s that she's now a lesbian, and I've always been a lesbian apparently, and she left her husband, what do you call it, who then went a little bit, crazy, like, are you freaking kidding me? And then she had a couple of girlfriends and then kids in the middle of it, like a big to do and big mess. So, for me, you do you, boo boo. You live your life. I'm not judging you, but, something like that really can throw, it can really throw a family into like a really bad place. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, I mean, a lot of conversations should be had. And the fact is that if you're not ready, if you're not if you don't you're not going to be intimate together, you're not going to be together per se, then you should think about getting divorced. You know what I mean? Because what is all it's going to happen is then they're going, unless they're doing an open marriage thing, and then this one's sleeping with this one and this one's sleeping with that one, and again,
Then they're both sleeping with the same girl.
right, well, that's a different animal altogether. That's a different animal altogether. I don't know. So I don't know. What do you think about this?
Certain generations, though, like, you are raised a certain way, you're raised to stay together and, all of that. I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do, but also if he is not pushing it, they have a good time together, they still have a great friendship, a great relationship, but they're just not super into it. If he doesn't care and she's happy, with her best friend slash roommate slash tax filing partner, then I mean, you do you. I think it's the I'm unhappy. I want to explore this. So that's where I get a little confused with this one in particular because I'm like, okay, she came out as a lesbian, but did she how did she figure out she was a lesbian?
Right. How? Well, one day apparently sometimes people wake up and go, "I think I like vagina."
Yeah.
And look,
I mean, I would
I'm
assume you
not.
have to sample first to know for sure.
Some women just like the attention of other women, maybe, and maybe they haven't sampled, but because there are women who definitely are possible or potential lesbians, but they just don't like vagina. You know what I mean? Like, so you can have an intimate relationship with, I guess, a woman and another woman, like a man and another man,
Uh-huh.
but maybe you just don't want to. sexually, you don't know what you're going to do. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah. I feel like we might be missing some layers to this story.
I think so. I think so. I think so. I mean, and again, I'm trying not to judge here, but I mean,
Yeah.
came out to you as a lesbian. Oh, but swore to secrecy.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. He doesn't seem to. Hold on. So he doesn't know that.
No, he doesn't know.
So he doesn't know that she's a lesbian, friends.
Yeah, it's the
That's okay. So that's a piece that I was
child,
missing right there.
Yeah.
Swore me to secrecy. Then that's messed up. That's messed up. Because then he might not mind because he's thinking, all right, well, we're together or whatever, and all right, well, maybe we'll have sex this week, or you know what I mean? Like, that's not right, man. That's not right.
Yeah. Or maybe he's like, oh, that makes so much sense now.
But he doesn't
hey,
know.
well, that's what I'm saying is if she were to have the conversation with him and
Right.
let him know,
Right.
maybe it would click and he'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Yes, let's continue our, BFF-ness. And then maybe also I can go out and live my life as a heterosexual male.
Right. Right. Right.
So,
Or maybe he's gay too. Who knows? And it's okay if you're gay. I mean, we're not. You do you. I'm not. Debating that. I'm just thinking. Well, obviously, if this person is old enough to be writing at the Dirty Little Secrets Club, that they've been together for quite some time, and now all of a sudden you're in your 30s or 40s. I mean, I gotta believe if it's a person at that age, that they could write into our
if
show.
we're talking about our typical listenership, I think it's like 35 to 50 or something like that is what we typically get.
Right. So you're talking about somebody who was probably they've probably been together at least 30 years. You know what I mean? And now, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe she just saw somebody on the TV and it made her feel a kind of way. And she was like, oh, maybe I'm a lesbian.
I don't know. Some of these people, man, I don't know. I don't know. I look, and all power to them. I just don't understand what they're doing. How do they do that to their significant other? You know what I mean? If things aren't working, then you can keep hinting and hinting and hinting and hope that they pick up on it or have conversations about things. But if you're having conversations and the conversations aren't working, you know what I mean? Then where do you go from there? I don't know. This specific situation.
And kind of a bummer that you put it on your kid, like that's kind of a bummer too, to swear your child to secrecy over a pretty gigantic secret. Like that doesn't feel fair to do to somebody, especially to somebody that has an interest in the other party in this situation. Like that's her dad or his dad. I don't know if this is a boy or a girl. But, I mean, that's kind of a bummer that you were put in that situation. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry, too. I'm just going to take everything back. I don't know. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Mom's
we just talked a lot for two people that have nothing to say about this.
It's all good, baby. It's all good. It's all good. I just, I just, as we discussed, like, you've got somebody who is obviously still heterosexual and, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just unfair, in my opinion. Again, we don't know all the deets. So, all right, you want to move to the next one?
Sure. This one says, my husband wanted to watch porn together. I don't want to be a prude in our relationship, so I gave it a try. He was really into it. I really was not into it, but pretended to be because I could tell he liked it. Now he thinks I like it and wants to do it all the time. I got myself in a pickle.
All right. All right. Listen, there's no reason to be ashamed that you don't like porn. I mean, some people love it, some people hate it.
Yeah.
Some people are disturbed by it, other people are intimidated by it.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and I get it. The biggest issue here is that, what do you call it? When you it's like when you're a kid. I think we had this discussion last week. When you're a kid and you go over to your friend's house and maybe mom makes meatloaf, and every time you're there, you might not like meatloaf, but you say to them, "Oh, I really liked it, Mrs. Jenkins. Thanks so much for having me for meatloaf." So now every time that you come over, they think that you like this meatloaf. So they make it again, and you're like, oh shit, I really don't like this meatloaf, but thank you so much, Miss Jenkins. I love
Uh-huh.
that meatloaf. And now they think that you like it. So now, fast forward however many years, and now your husband thinks that you like watching porn, so you guys could get it on. Again, that's I can't say you didn't do it to yourself, but you know what I mean? Have a conversation and see if you can have it so that you're only seeing his pickle that evening.
Yeah, right. I know that's an interesting situation to be in because I get like wanting to make your husband happy. And so you're like, all right, I'm going to do the thing. And even though it might not really be my thing, I want him to enjoy it. So I'm going to like put my feelings aside and like do the thing.
Yeah.
But then I would imagine that after you do the thing and now he wants to do it all the time, that it would be like a turn off, like because I know for me myself, I do not do things that I don't like easily with a smile on my face. Like I could never be the girl that marries the 85-year-old man for his money because every time he tried to have sex with me, I'd gag,
Old
like
balls.
I
The
just
old balls slapping against your ass, Dana.
yeah, I need to
Old
be
balls.
emotionally invested,
Ah.
and I'm probably not going to be emotionally invested in his old wrinkly balls.
No,
So I
no.
could imagine pretending once, like, oh, this is great, but not wanting to do it again. Brim and I constantly preach communication. Like, maybe you say, like, listen, I wanted you to enjoy the thing. And so I played it up, but I want you to know that that's a you thing. It's not really my thing.
Right.
And have that conversation. So that way maybe you can do it on his birthday and Christmas instead of every time he wants to get it on.
Right. Yeah, there you go. What do you call it? And that's the thing. Is like, for me, I will try to communicate and I communicate and communicate and communicate. And sometimes I'll do it in code, sometimes I'll do it straightforward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to hurt people's feelings either.
Right.
But sometimes you do it in code, sometimes you do it straight up. And you the partner obviously has to catch on. But what do you call it? Sometimes it could ruin relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
have to have that communication and I don't know. I think that you're, right on point here with that, just talk about it, but let them know, hey, this is not really my thing,
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what
I
it is.
played it up because I knew you liked it, but I played it up that one time. I don't actually love it as much as I made it seem. Also, bravo. Great acting. Great acting.
Yeah, yeah. Did you moan extra that day too? Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Probably. That's
yeah.
what really sells it.
All right, let's move along. Let's see. I'm a pretty responsible person, but about twice a year, I'll head to my cabin and get completely blitzed on shrooms. Alrighty then, they're getting blitzed on shrooms. Do you know I was on with my parents the other day and my father and my stepmom and we were talking about something and somebody and we were talking about that this person might be on that they were on shrooms and so forth and they go, what do you call it? Go, what's shrooms? I'm like,
Oh,
I don't even want to talk. I don't want to even talk.
I
I
think
don't
that I
know.
am I think we would be surprised at how many responsible people we know that probably have done or will do or go do shrooms.
I don't even know what. Listen, why do you? Again, I understand people like different things. I don't understand why anybody would want to be trippy and hallucinate for however long. Like,
Oh, because it's
is
fun.
it you've done it before,
Oh,
or you?
yeah, yeah,
I
I've
can't.
done shrooms. The last time that I did shrooms, I was, 20 maybe? So, a
Mm.
very long time ago, and I haven't done any since, but I'm not saying I'd kick it out of bed, like, if the opportunity presented itself in the right circumstances, I might do them again, I don't know.
I, I don't know. I have talked about not necessarily shrooms, but like maybe some edibles to try, whatever. And
Uh-huh.
I tried the one that one day, and I was like, it did nothing for me. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You don't need the extra 3 calories in the gummy.
yeah. And then Tom is like, oh, that's because you didn't get the good shit. I'm like, okay. I
Oh,
don't
so
know what
he
the good shit
knows.
is.
Just make him your
Yeah.
dealer.
I don't need no, I don't need a dealer. I don't want a dealer. I don't want to do any of that shit. I didn't
Yeah.
even like, I was like, I'm going to be a bad boy today and have some drugs. You know what I mean? But I'm
Uh-huh.
not real drugs. I mean, just like
Yeah.
fake
They
ass
don't
drugs,
count.
but they all count. But I've been a good boy my entire life and never done any of that shit. So I'm just like,
Mhm.
well, I could try a little bit of something like that. As long as it's not anything too crazy. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
So my husband's a good boy too. I mean, I used to be a raver. I've done a lot of drugs back in my day, like way back in my day. Um, but my husband never did anything. He smoked pot, a handful of times, but he never did anything else. And I got to tell you, I think it'd be fun to see him on shrooms.
Yeah, and that's what I think. I think people want to see me on some shit, on some
Uh-huh.
shrooms. I think like the same thing. Like, I think it'd be funny to
Uh-huh.
see, Brim on
It'd
some
be
shrooms.
purely for my own entertainment.
Yeah, so maybe Joe and I'll do them together.
There we go.
Joe,
I
you're not allowed to
insist
touch
on
me.
being there.
Joe, you're not allowed to touch me, but we'll have a conversation. Maybe we'll do it. And we'll come up with like we'll do a show that night. We'll podcast it.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Oh my God. I wonder if we could even figure out how to do the podcasting while I'm sure that we could. It's actually, you're still within a mind. You just get real uh outside of yourself. I think you'd surprise yourself with some of the things that you thought or said or felt even if you ever did that.
What's really funny is that with me, I mean, well, while I'm falling asleep on air, and doing all the things, what do you
Mhm.
call it, like for some reason, like weirdest shit comes out of my mouth. So I'm assuming that, what do you call it, the what do you call that, I'd say some really stupid shit that I probably would say if I'm just falling asleep anyhow.
And you would think it was so profound too. You'd be like, whoa. I just blew my own mind.
That's, something else being blown. I have no idea. I'm hallucinating. I could pretend there's like 10 things blowing my mind there. No, I don't know. It's funny because I've seen people totally stoned on that shit, and I'm just like, I guess I don't see um the reason to do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, that's just me.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know the true like feeling. Like, here, I've been drunk maybe a handful of times in my entire life, and that's because I pushed it on purpose, and I didn't like the way I felt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't like the way I felt. And at the end of the day, I just, for me, that's why it's like I hate the smell of weed. It's disgusting.
Mhm.
It smells like skunk or body odor. Like, who the fuck wants to sit in a cloud of body odor or skunk? Not me. I don't see any joy in that. The edible thing I can see because you're not seeing it, you're just eating it. And if you
Yeah.
have like good fudgy brownies or whatever's, I can see that there might be some allure to that. But I don't like the feeling of being like drunk. So why would I like the feeling of that? You tell me you've done it before. You tell me if I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know because
But
you're
sure.
right. It's so different. It's so different for everybody though. Like, like I like the feeling of being buzzed. I don't like the feeling of being completely wasted or out of control.
Right. Right.
Dislike that. Um
Right.
the shrooms experience, I liked it. I mean, I only did it one time in my life, so I'm not an expert on it, but I mean, it from what I remember, I had a good time and I'd do it again. I think I probably blew my own mind a few times that day.
I don't wanna know. I
This
don't
time I
wanna
would
know.
need a GoPro. I'd like need to record the entire experience and
Yeah,
watch it and then immediately delete the footage.
so crazy. What do you call it? I yeah, I'd probably be concerned about how stupid I'm gonna look. You know what I mean? Like, of on
We
the
run that risk.
well, when I was doing the thing, listen, even I felt like I was hallucinating while I was doing the stuff with Bora on the street of Salem. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like what we were
yeah.
talking about earlier. I, Hundreds of people just sitting in that one circle watching us. Thousands in the streets, and I'm just like, all right, this is an out of body experience I'm having right now. I'm just gonna like half-ass everything because I don't wanna like trip or fall or do something and my knee hurts and you get all those thoughts in your head. And I'm not a person that freaks out easily. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I'm just like, shit. And then what happens if somebody recognizes? Then I'm stuck sitting and doing this, blah blah blah. Yeah. But like the hallucination, like I'm hallucinating without smoking or tasting anything. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That was like an out of body experience right then and there. And I didn't like it. No, sir, I didn't like it at all. So give me something that I can't control. Oh my lord. Like what do you
Uh,
do?
you
I don't
see
know.
cool shit. That's fun. That's a fun part.
Just so if I do this and I do this at your house, you got to make sure that I do not go into the pool and drown.
Oh, deal, deal. Yeah, I think because one of the things like I won't do it with kids around. Like I would have to be completely by myself, not responsible for any other human beings except for myself
Yeah.
in order to do it because I'd be too afraid. Too
Well, I
afraid.
mean, I can imagine what do you call it? What's if you're too wonked out and then, what happens if the kids need you? Like what are you
Yeah.
doing? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what do you do? For me, I think it's irresponsible, I guess, to do something with the kids around. But
Yeah.
I again,
Send the kids
um
to a sleepover and then do shrooms.
Dana's like, Brim's coming over. We gotta go to the dealer. I gotta push him. I gotta push it. Push
Uh-huh.
it. Yeah,
Yep. Push
I'll
it
come
good.
home.
Push it good.
I'll be I'll come home. I'll be hooked on some shit. I'll be like this, like give me the scratching and shit. I don't
We'll
know.
keep you away from the meth and we'll only give you shrooms. You'll be fine.
What do you call it? All right. So, all right. So, blitzed on shrooms, guy.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
You do you, boo.
All right. You do you. That's cool. Do we want to do this last one here? It's you.
Yeah. It says I took a girl home from the club a few weeks ago. I was drunk and couldn't remember her name when we woke up. She gave me her number and we text a little bit, but now it's too late to ask her what her name is.
Oh.
So I gave her a
Oh.
pet name.
Oh
She,
no.
she thinks I was being cute, but really I just couldn't remember her name.
No.
Schmooky Bear.
Oh,
Hey
babe.
Schmooky Bear. Come here, Schmooky Bear. Hey guys, this is my girl Schmooky.
Oh my lord. Can you imagine? Okay, so now let me teach you something there, Mr. Jones. I don't understand how you wouldn't know this. Obviously you're not a player, which I guess that could be a good thing.
Mhm.
But if you give the girl the number and you guys have exchanged, numbers and you're texting, what you can do is you can send a text back and say, "Hey, lost all my contacts. Who's this? Just trying to replace my contacts." And then you'll get the freaking name, you moron. Holy shit. Holy shit. And then if
Prim,
they're
it
like,
sounds like maybe you've done that before.
Dana, I'm the asshole that doesn't put people's numbers in my phone. So like when people I did it today. I had my buddy Fred Corey is the drummer from Cinderella, the old metal band Cinderella.
Uh,
And I messaged him. I called him earlier today, but I called him on one of his lines. He messaged me back on his other line, and I'm like, the number's not in the phone. I'm like, who this?
yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's you. I'm sorry. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just calling you back, man. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. But no, so yeah, I forget to put numbers in my phone. So it does happen all the time. But there's a way to do it nonchalantly, like, hey, I changed my phone or I lost all my contacts or you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean, had an issue, who is this? Or I just switched phones, don't have the new number, I don't have the numbers in. Just who is this real quick? So you know what I mean? There
Yep.
you go. And if she's like, Annie, and you're like, shit, I don't know any Annie. You see
Ah.
what I'm saying? There you go.
Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh. It's smart. It's smart. There was one time I was out at the country bar with my friends and it was a celebration of some sort because we all went pretty hard that night and we
uh
met this bachelor party full of guys. And whenever I say like my group of friends consisted of dudes, girls, like it was a mixed bag of human beings. And I met this one guy and he was like, oh, we're going, I forget where, but he was inviting me and my group of friends to go with them. And the next day, I don't know. I think I text him and was like, so how's it going? Like, did you make it home okay? And he wrote back to me and he was like, wait, who is this? Because I don't know by the way I have it in my phone. And I said, well, what do you have me in your phone as? And it was like cowgirl dancer or something like that.
Seriously?
Yes. And I was
That's
like, keep it like
crazy.
that. Keep it forever. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was funny.
so I don't know. People are weird. Like, how do you not write down the name? I have people that I have people, what do you call that? Will say, what's your name or whatever, and blah blah blah. And I will always, even my, what do you call it? Even with people that are not here for the Brimstone thing, you know what I mean? I'll say Brimstone because people will remember that more than they're gonna remember Will. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that'll at least stick in your head a little bit. But like when I'm meeting people, the first thing I do is ask for the name.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I freaking do.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? And at the end of the day, like if I forget, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like my brain is a little mushy. What's your name again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll always ask, especially, because I don't want to be that asshole who doesn't know the name after. You know what I mean? Like crazy.
I like
I
the
don't
pet
know.
name thing. Give them all pet names. Give them
Yeah,
all
right.
pet
Do
names.
what we do here on the Dirty Little Secrets Club. Give everybody pet names.
That's right.
What do you call it? Jalapeno Girl. What was the
Mhm.
other one we just had? Oh, Ice Baby, right? No,
Yeah.
Ice
I think you called her
Ice
Ice
V,
V. Yeah.
Ice V, Ice V. Craziness.
Uh,
Daddy's Girl or something like that. There was a whole bunch of different
oh
ones. I don't
yeah, we got
remember.
a lot of them at this point.
Yeah, it's
Hard to
crazy.
remember them all.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, and that's the thing, especially if you're going out there and meeting lots of people, then you're gonna remember all these people and all the pet names you're giving them. No,
Yeah.
stupid. Just write
Mhm.
the name down. It takes 2 seconds. And if you don't want to write the name down, that means that you don't have any interest in seeing them or hooking up with them again. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So don't give them your real number. Give them the freaking number to the taxi place down the road. You know what I mean? Give it to Uber Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Send them
Yeah.
like somewhere else. Don't like, and that's kind of effed up too. Like, but anyway, I you're like, nah, you can give them a number.
I'm, I'm not gonna say I didn't do it before.
I have never been given the wrong number, and I would have been so pissed if I was. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I would have
Yeah.
been so pissed if somebody gave me the wrong number
I
because
think
I
it's like I don't like when people don't like me, and I don't like whenever it's a stupid thing, but that's like how I felt then. And so, and rather than appear rude to a stranger that I'm never going to see again, I would let them hate me after I wasn't in their face.
yeah, I don't know.
Not right. Not the
All
right thing
right.
to do. It was definitely an insecurity on my part. Hopefully, I've grown from that.
I believe you have, Ms.
I believe
Dayna. Yes, I
so.
believe you have.
Mhm.
You are a grown up, darling. You are grown up, and you are wonderful. I
Much to
believe.
my dismay, I am an adult.
I am an adult, much to my dismay. I like that one. Nice. Well played. Much to my dismay. I missed it at the didn't click as you said it, and then right after you said it, I was like, ah.
Ah.
Oh Lord, oh Lord. Yeah, absolutely. These people, listen, if you're gonna fool around, be a man or a woman with the other person. Just be like, look, we had some fun. I'm really not interested in seeing you again. I'd rather you be honest with me rather than sit and lie and waste my time. I mean,
Mhm.
not wasting my time anyway. I'm not doing anything. But I'm just saying, like, when I was single or when I was mingling and doing all that shit, was it single ready to mingle?
Ugh.
Like I would be like, hey, I'd be honest. Listen, we had a good time together. I thought you were a really sweetheart. You're a really sweet girl. The two of us are not, I don't feel that we're working together. would love to stay in contact with you regardless. You know what I mean? And
or
some
like
of the,
that's not my jam right now. I'm not
yeah,
trying to be a one woman
exactly.
person right now.
Yeah,
So
that got me into trouble when I said that too. They're like, "That's okay." It's like, "Oh,
yeah.
shouldn't have gone that direction." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? No, but
Mhm.
yeah, no, because some girls don't even care. They're like, "Well, it's okay. I don't mind you having like 6 girls. It's fine. It's all right." Really? Where have you been all my life? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Anyways, what do you call it? I think that's about all the time we have. What do you
We
call it?
are wrapping it up.
Promise me that you're going to be very careful in New Orleans.
I am going to be very, very careful. I think that I'm hyper aware, especially as I get older. I'm more hyper aware of safety precautions that I need to take, especially when I'm out by myself. So, yes, I'm going to try and make sure that nobody does the murder on me and that I make it back home safe.
Yeah, no, and what do you call it? You need to be more than observant. You need to be like this, like, you know what I mean?
Just look like a crackhead. Look like a
Look like,
crackhead.
look like a crackhead. If you look like a crackhead, they won't believe you have any money to try to take from you.
That's right.
See?
That's right. They think I'm
See?
gonna rob them.
That's what I'm talking about.
Eh?
They have aminals there. They have aminals there that you don't want to mess with. So, anyways, guys, we thank you so much for tuning into the Dirty Little Secrets Club. We appreciate you. We love you. Please make sure to hit us up on all the social media. Make sure that you hit us up on the official website and deliver to us your dirty little secrets. Dan, you want to tell them how to do that?
Yes, you can go to the dirtylittlesecretsclub.com, and right there on that front page, you can anonymously submit your secrets to us.
There we go. So, guys, again, 5-star reviews only. We appreciate that. Apple, anywhere else you can do it. And we'll see you guys again next week with some hot little takes on some dirty little secrets.
Yeah. I love your spirit fingers.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.